Hello sunflowers, welcome back. My name is Auna and today I'm going to be doing a full honest review of the Red Heart Advent Calendar by Yarnspirations. This is a 12-day advent calendar where you end up having 12 different crochet ornaments. 6 of them come pre-made and 6 of them are kits with everything you need to make them yourself. This advent calendar includes 1 plastic crochet hook that is the size 4mm, acrylic yarn in various lengths, 1 plastic yarn needle, 12 plastic clips, polyester stuffing of various weights, and 6 completed amigurumi. Full disclosure before diving into this video. So I have been crocheting for 20 something years, but I hardly ever use patterns. So I kind of think that I could be a good person to review this advent calendar and these patterns because I don't use patterns that often, even though I am a more experienced crocheter. I am truly a beginner at reading patterns. So as I go through and use these patterns and these crochet kits, I will be giving you my honest opinion of 1 to 10 how difficult these patterns are to create. I do really love this idea overall. I think that this could be like a really good gift idea for a crocheter friend, or maybe if you're somebody starting out and you just want to have exactly what you need to make each project. If you really want to do this advent calendar but you're wanting to save some money this holiday season, all of these patterns are on Yarnspirations website for free. And this is not sponsored in any way by Yarnspiration or Red Heart. Anyways, like I said, even if you're not planning on buying one of these advent calendars, if you have a bunch of scrap yarn laying around the house, you can go to the link in the description and you can follow along with all of these patterns and make them for yourself. So there's a QR code on the back and it looks like that's what I scan to go find the patterns. When I scan it, it takes me to Yarnspirations website. Oh, this is so cute. I think we're ready for day 1. I thought that this was going to be the case. So day number 1 is a little plushie ornament that is already completed, and it is our smiling candy cane. And it comes with this little hook, kind of a little plastic carabiner that I guess we could use to put it on a Christmas tree or a keychain or whatever you want. If I had to guess, I would say that probably every other box is going to be pre-made kit, right? That way you start with a pre-made and you end with a kit. I just think that that makes sense. We'll see if we're right. Day number 2 looks like it is a kit. A gingerbread man! I have to download the free pattern. Whoa. Okay. I can do this. I can do this, right? Okay, where is the crochet hook this comes with? Because I want to try to use everything in the kit. Aha! Oh no. Oh no. I might not be using the crochet hook from the kit. I might end up going and getting my hook. I don't like the way plastic hooks feel in general. I'm also not used to using a hook that doesn't have like a handle on it or a grip. I think I'm making a head, you guys. I'm making the top of the head of the gingerbread man. I don't think I've messed up so far, but time will tell. If you're a regular, you already know this about me, but for anyone new, I just have to share, like, the reason I don't use patterns is because I crochet to help my anxiety, and y'all, whenever I'm using patterns, my anxiety is like through the roof. I'm like shaking my leg right now, like, you know, like balancing my leg. I never, ever feel anxious when I'm crocheting unless I'm using a pattern. The pattern is pretty easy to follow. Like, this has been pretty easy. That doesn't change like just how anxious I feel like while doing it. I think once I memorize a pattern, it probably would not make me feel anxious, but stopping and reading and counting and just making sure I have everything right gives me a lot of anxiety. You guys very often like ask me my favorite thing to crochet, and I really love granny squares right now, and I think it's just because I'm kind of repeating the same thing over and over and over, but I get to have like cool different looks, and I don't have to really worry about necessarily counting. At least I don't worry about counting past what I can just like look at and see with my own eyes. All right, he's kind of looking like a gingerbread man, I think. My gingerbread man has a leg. I have not done the second leg or the arms yet, but it says right now to stuff lightly. So I'm going to start to lightly stuff my gingerbread man. I don't have much yarn left. I don't know how my gauge is compared to theirs. I just have this like feeling that I'm gonna run out of yarn, but maybe not. I don't know. Yarn chicken. Yeah. It's coming together. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, about an hour ago I was like freaking out and I was like, I don't know if I can do this or these patterns, but you guys look how adorable the little body is, and now we have one little arm. I don't know what I'm supposed to do to attach the arm. I don't know if I'm supposed to stuff the arm. It's really little. Do we think it needs stuffing? Now there is a little bit of sewing in this. I know a lot of people specifically look for patterns that are completely no sew. You do have to like sew up the arms to like close them up and then sew on the arms. It's not too bad, it's just like a couple little whip stitches, but I did want to share that because I know that for some people that is kind of a deciding factor if they're going to do a pattern or not. I have my arms sewn on and the pattern says to do the icing around the side of the gingerbread man doing a chain stitch, but using the needle. And y'all, I just think that it's easier to do a chain stitch on here by actually just using a crochet hook. Basically, you're just going through the edge from anywhere you can kind of poke through, yarn over, and then you're just creating a slip stitch like that. I tried it with like the darning needle and y'all, I could not make it look right. And then the moment I did it with a crochet hook, I was like, oh, like this makes a lot more sense. Definitely a little bit messed up. I definitely didn't do the pattern like perfectly, but y'all, this is so cute. When I'm weaving in ends into like a plushie, I will just like stick my hook through somewhere in the back of the plushie, reach over to the side, grab the yarn and pull it all the way through the center of the plushie. And then from out of the center of the plushie, I will just cut it off and then just push the ends back into the middle of the plushie. Let me know how you guys weave in the ends of your plushies. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I could not figure out how to do a French knot. Is that what it's called? I've done it before. Yeah, French knot. I've done it before in embroidery. And doing it with the yarn, I could not figure it out for his eyes and his buttons, so they just got stitched on. So it doesn't look quite as cute as theirs, but it's still really cute. As someone who does not do patterns, this pattern was a little bit difficult. I think that doing, honestly, like his head was really, really easy. His body was really, really easy. But doing the legs, how they both come off of the body, was a little bit difficult for me. And the arms were back to being pretty easy. So I think I would give this one maybe like a 5 out of 10 for difficulty, because it's not like really that difficult, but there were a couple places in the pattern where I did get kind of confused. I definitely think that this is a beginner-friendly project, at least intermediate. I don't think that you have to be like an advanced crocheter to do this. All you really need to know how to do for this pattern is just single crochet and increase and decrease and then sew it together. You don't have to do a magic loop. You don't have to do any other stitches other than single crochet. So I think that this is a pretty beginner-friendly pattern. I'm just new to patterns, and I think that is why the leg portion kind of like confused me when I was reading it. In my opinion, I would rank this about a 5 out of 10 for difficulty. I'm super curious if the other ones are going to be harder, or if they're going to be easier, or if they're just going to feel easier, because as I do these, hopefully I'm going to get more familiar with reading patterns. Either way, I'm gonna hang this up on the tree, and then let's open up number 3. Oh, the mess has begun. Let's set some stuff over to the side. This didn't break. I really thought it was gonna break a couple times. It didn't break. I have a little bit of stuffing left over, a little bit of yarn left over. So let's open up box number 3. If my theory is correct, I think that this is going to be a pre-made. It is a pre-made, and it is a red heart for red heart yarn. So day number 4 should be another kit, and it is. Okay, I'm seeing some green yarn. Do we think it might be the wreath? What else is green? I think the wreath and the Christmas tree are both green. Let's see what it is. I'm going to click on day number 4. And day number 4 is a Christmas tree. Oh my gosh. Why do I feel like this one's actually gonna be really hard? Okay, it looks like this one does actually start with a magic loop or magic circle. If you don't know how to do the magic circle, I will put my tutorial linked at the top of this video. I actually love using the magic circle once I learned how to do one. I do this always now to start going in the round instead of chaining, but I know it takes a second to get used to. It looks like I'm starting at like the butt of the Christmas tree and working my way up. I like that. That's gonna be cool. I think I like doing decreases better than I like doing increases, personally. Do you see how the Christmas tree has like the snow going around the edge? I have no clue how to do that. So I basically always just freeform crochet, and I love freeform crochet, but I think the thing about patterns that I've really been like missing out on is like learning all of these different techniques. I think that I always just kind of felt like if I learned how to do the different stitches, I could just kind of put them all together to freeform crochet whatever I was wanting to make. But learning patterns, I definitely think I'm going to learn a lot more techniques to help me in my crochet journey. Coming to say hi, girlie? Do you like the Christmas tree? It's gonna be cute, right? She's been sleeping, taking a big old nap, looking for birds, but no birds today, right? No birds today yet? I know. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you for kisses. You guys, Tilly just started licking us like this past week. Like she never was a cat that would like lick you. Past week or 2. She's been giving us kisses. Thanks, girl. So the first one had only single crochet, but this one has like half double crochet and double crochet, and some things where you crochet into the back loop only and some things where you crochet into the front loop only. I'm finding this pattern like a lot easier to actually follow, but I think that like the stitches themselves are like a little bit more advanced. Oh, also y'all, I switched. I switched to my crochet hook. This thing was just bending so much and I felt like I had to like really push on it to get it through some of the loops, and it was like making my arm tired. And the moment I switched back to my metal hook, it was just like chef's kiss. You guys, I took a dinner break and I don't know what row I'm on. I forgot to like mark exactly what row I'm on. I think I'm on row 16. I genuinely love the way that they're having me do this Christmas tree with all the little floopy limbs. It's really interesting because like I said, I never use patterns. And the interesting thing to me about this is like this one is technically a lot more complex, right? Like there's definitely stitches in this that make it a lot less beginner friendly. But the pattern itself is easier for me to read so far than the gingerbread one was. So this one's gonna be a hard one to rank because it's like easier for me, but I feel like it's probably less beginner friendly overall. There's a lot of like front loop only, doing multiple different types of stitches into it. Like right now, I'm doing like a front loop only, and it's like a half double crochet, chain one, double crochet, half double crochet, and then you skip two. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, it's definitely more complex technically than doing just single crochet. But I don't know, just like reading the pattern to me is just like a lot easier. Now people all the time like work with tiny yarn. This isn't even tiny yarn. This is like a worsted weight yarn. I'm just so used to working with like bulky yarns. Okay, I think I'm done with the tree. And whenever I was getting to like the top of the tree, I was like trying to like really see what I'm doing and figure it all out. I was like, oh my gosh. What? Y'all, the tree is so cute. I know I still have to add the snow and the little face and the star, but I might just make more of these trees for myself because I can use this first part of the pattern to make the tree, and that did not take me very long. That took me like a third of the time as it took me to do the gingerbread man. Oh, I should have been timing these, shouldn't I? I made a star, and like it actually looks really good on my second try. The first try I completely misunderstood, but the second time I figured it out. That's adorable. I think I would have chosen yellow for a star instead of red personally. Okay, the last thing I need to do is the snow. I don't think I'm going to do the little face on the Christmas tree. The face on the Christmas tree just has to be so small to go on one little bitty set of branches, and I'm just like not the biggest fan of how it looks. It kind of like blends into the tree. It's just not my favorite, so I think I'm gonna make it be just a little snowy tree. So I think the last thing I need to do is take the white and just crochet a little bit along the branches. Let me double check though. This is the problem with me in patterns. I just am like, oh, I can see how to do that, and then I just run with it, and then half the time I'm completely wrong. Snow, work into the 7th, 13th, and 16th rows. No idea where that is. I'm finally done with our little tree, day number 4 of the advent calendar, which means I have opened 2 and I have made 2. Y'all, this is really cute. I didn't do it exactly like the pattern showed at the end, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of changed the snow to just like be wherever I wanted it to be on the tree since I wasn't doing the face. This is so cute. Okay, ranking this one is really difficult. Even though I personally struggled more with the gingerbread man, that is more to my lack of being able to read patterns and less about how difficult the pattern actually was. I'm trying to do these difficulty ratings as how difficult I think they are for beginners. So like I said, I'm a beginner at reading patterns, but I'm not just ranking the pattern, I'm trying to rank the overall crochet project. How difficult is it? So like I said with the gingerbread man, even though the pattern was a little bit difficult to read, the actual crocheting itself wasn't difficult, which is why I gave it a 5 out of 10 for difficulty. This little Christmas tree for me personally was kind of opposite. The pattern was really easy to read, but I thought that the stitches were a little bit more advanced. If I was ranking this just on how easy it was for me, as a more experienced crocheter, I think it was like a 2. I think the pattern was easy to read, the stitches weren't too complex, but if you are a very beginner crocheter and you are new to doing things like crochet in the back loop only or front loop only, or doing combinations of like a double crochet and then a half double crochet and chaining, this is definitely a more complex pattern than the gingerbread man was. So overall, combining difficulty of crocheting and difficulty of the pattern, I think I have to rank this a 7. I'm gonna hang it on the tree. Day number 5 is one that will already be crocheted. Which one is it going to be? It's the star. Okay, I'm a little bit sad. Low-key, I was kind of looking forward to trying to crochet the star because I haven't made anything like this before. And I definitely might have to try to make another one of these stars later using the free pattern. It's time to open up number 6, which is another one that we are going to be making. What do I think it is? Okay, green and gold. Green and gold. I have no clue what this is gonna be. I don't see anything on here that's green and gold. Oh, it's the bell that looks like a potato. Does anybody else think that the bell looks like a yam? Are yams potatoes? Technically, right? Sweet potatoes? Okay, this one actually looks like it's gonna be easy. Let's see if it is. Not me just talking away thinking that I'm recording when I wasn't actually recording. I was looking at the pattern trying to figure out how difficult this is going to be. This one looks like it's gonna be pretty easy, and it's worked in a continuous round, so I'm gonna need my stitch marker again, wherever it ran off to. There it is. We are starting with a magic circle. Once again, I will have my magic circle tutorial linked in the description of this video. Magic circles are so easy once you get to the hang of them, but man, at first, they feel like you're never gonna get it. At least that's how I was. And then I just kept adjusting and figuring out what way worked best for me, and that is the way that you will find in that tutorial. Something I've noticed is that my stitches are pretty loose. Like, I never do little plushies like this, so it's not really something I think about that often when I'm doing like granny squares and stuff, but when I'm comparing the ones I'm making to the pre-made ones that came with the kit, my stitches are a lot looser. I'm almost wondering if I should have switched down to like a 3mm or 3.5 instead of a 4mm hook. We're gonna stick with the 4 since we started with the 4, but I'd love to know y'all's opinion on that. Also, Tilly came to join us a minute ago. I have to show you guys on my phone where she's laying. She officially stole my blanket. I was using that to keep warm, but now she snuggled up in it. She is like a snuggly cat, but she isn't like an absolutely has to be on top of you at all times cat, but she does need to be like near you at all times. Sometimes she needs to be like right on your chest. Last night for like 3 hours, she just needed to be like laying on my chest, and I just like melted. Uh-oh, what stitch am I on? This is the thing about patterns, and I'm just not used to it. I'm not used to like continuously keeping track of where I am. This bell is genuinely flying. It's literally just crocheting single crochets in the round and then just decreasing. Like this is a very easy one so far. Definitely the easiest one so far. Don't know how the bow is going to be on top. I have not gotten there yet, but so far the little like body of the bell is like absolutely easy peasy. It's a bell. It's a little golden bell. It doesn't look as much like a yam as I thought it would. I don't know why when I first saw the little picture, it reminded me of like a little yam, a little potato. Maybe I think it looks like a potato because the green at the top kind of looks like a stem growing out of it. Potatoes don't even really have stems like that, though, do they? I grew potatoes a couple years ago. Not very successfully. I was so right. The bow was so much harder than the bell. It still wasn't that hard, but a little bit harder. It kind of ends up looking like a piece of candy. And y'all, I could not for some reason read the written pattern. I had to go to like the diagram, and the diagram just made it make sense because I could like see the vision, you know, I could see how it was supposed to look. And I sat here and tried to figure out for like 10 minutes how to make a piece of candy looking shape look like a bow. And I took it to my mom and I was like, how do I do this? How does this make a bow? And she just like folds it in half and is like, it's a bow. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's literally how you do it. So I'm gonna tie the little middle piece around and make it just look like a little bow and put it on the top of our bell. This one was so much easier than the other ones, like literally so much easier. The only thing at all that I think makes this one a tiny, tiny, tiny bit harder is the fact that you do need to do a magic circle in the beginning, but that's it. Rather than that, this one is so easy. You guys, look how cute the bell is. Okay, I ended up liking this one so much more than I thought I was going to. I didn't really think I was gonna like this one that much. Are you guys gonna hate me if I don't put a face on it? I just see this bell and I just don't see it with a face. Let me know if I should go back and add a face to this, but I don't think I'm gonna add a face to this one right now. Maybe like a 1.5 out of 10. No, maybe a 2 out of 10. Okay, we're gonna give it a 2 out of 10 for difficulty. So we have officially done 6 out of 12 of our Red Heart Advent Calendar. And it's getting kind of late, I'm getting kind of sleepy, so I'm gonna call it a night for tonight. And then tomorrow I'm going to finish up doing the next 6. from our advent calendar. I'm back for day number 2 of making all of these crochet ornaments. We are officially on day number 7, and if they keep the same pattern, which I'm sure that they have, day number 7 should be, yep, a pre-made ornament. It's a stocking. Okay, I'm kind of sad. I was actually really hoping to do the stocking. I still might have to use their pattern to make the stocking because like this is so cute. I have been making so many stockings this year, knitting them though. I'm obsessed with my little knit stockings. Oh wait, they're right here. I made my mom and dad little knit stockings. Aren't these so cute? Y'all, I learned how to knit a couple months ago. It was the 3rd time that I had tried to learn how to knit in my life and it just finally stuck and I'm kind of obsessed. I still prefer crocheting, but knitting is a lot easier on my arm for my nerve damage. I do like continental style knitting and I like to knit on like circular needles, and y'all, it's just so much easier. I can knit for such a longer period of time compared to crocheting, which is part of why this video that you're seeing now was in 2 different days, because like I know these guys are tiny, but each one of them does still take me a while because I'm not very fast at crocheting and I can't go very fast with my nerve damage. And I don't know, knitting, I can just knit for a lot longer than I can crochet before my arm starts to hurt. Let me know if you guys have experienced that or if that's just me. All right, I'm gonna hang this on the tree. I'm gonna try to guess what I think number 8 is. I hope it's the snowman. Let's see what it is. Okay, we have a lot of white yarn. You guys, is it the snowman? Oh no, I don't think it's the snowman. Is it the snowflake? I'm actually so nervous about the idea of doing the snowflake. Day number 8, it's the snowflake. Wish me luck. My theory is that this snowflake is going to be the most difficult pattern out of any of the ones that we do, and we're already starting off strong with the magic loop. Do you guys call it the magic loop or the magic circle? I always call it the magic circle, I think, but these patterns always call it the magic loop. Have you guys seen my little rhyme for how I do my magic circle? Hand shake, yarn drape, trucky hold steady, grab your yarn, twist your arm, X marks the spot, go to T, use your pinky. That's how I remember how to do it. And like I said before, I will just link my tutorial in the description. I don't think the snowflake is going to be as difficult as I thought. I made the face and the back of the snowflake, and it seems like I'm just going to crochet them together as I make the points. I thought I was making the points completely as like their own little sections of plushies. I think they might just be like a flat section of crochet. I'm still figuring it out.
A few moments later.
I was wrong. It's not gonna be easy. Oh my gosh. I have been working for so long to get 1 out of 6 of the snowflake thingies. Now that I kind of like know what I'm doing, I think it'll be a lot easier. But oh my gosh. So you basically make them by creating a little tunnel. So I was wrong. These are actually going to be stuffed. So each individual little poof off the side of the snowflake will be stuffed. So I'm basically making individual little tubes off the edge of the snowflake and then filling in the center of the snowflake. This is gonna take a while. The snowflake is done. Okay, I feel so accomplished because this was hard. This was actually like really difficult. I think for my rankings of how difficult this is for a beginner, I would have to give this like an 8, maybe a 9. No, an 8, because you have to do the magic circle twice and you make your front and back, which is pretty easy, just going in the round. But then you have to make each individual little like, what do you even call these? I think they call them points, maybe? You have to make each individual point on the snowflake. And it includes increasing and decreasing, and you have to like sew it shut by like, oh, hi Tilly. Hi baby girl, what you doing? This is a little difficult. Do you like it? You don't care, that's okay. It's cute though. I like how the face turned out on this one a little bit better than the gingerbread man. All right, I'm going to put on the little plastic carabiner thing and add it to our tree. You watching birds all day? You guys, my dad specifically went to go get bird seed for Tilly, and he put a bunch all over their deck right in front of where she lays. So she has been in heaven just watching all the birds. Just watching all the birdies. Thank you, girl. Up next, we have another pre-made one. Let's see what day number 9 is. I wonder if Tilly would open this. We open it? Did you guys see the video where Tilly opened up the closet door? I will have to insert it here. She literally figured out how to open up the closet door. Good job, smart girl. Okay, let's see if you can open this up. Come here. What's in there? Can you open it? Yeah, you can do it. Okay, good try, girly. I think that she could eventually. Oh, yeah, you got it. You got it, girl. Open it up. Oh, good job, Tilly. You did it. I'm so proud of you. Good job. Thank you, baby. Thank you for helping. All right, number 9 is a wreath. It's a wreath. Good job, baby. Good job. I'm so proud of you, smart girl. I'm so proud of you. This wreath looks like it has ears, but I think that those are just like holly leaves. Do you like my chair? I still can't believe that she opened it. I can't believe you opened it. All right, number 10. Wait, I think this is finally my snowman. I think it's finally my snowman. I've been so excited and hoping that I would get to actually do the snowman. And do you want to build a snowman? Snowman, beak, arms, eyeballs, and scarf. I think this is the snowman. Why does it always want to use my location? I don't want it to use my location. I think this is going to be the easiest one out of all of them. Now watch me eat my words. Do we have to pay attention to you for a while and stop crocheting for a little bit? Is that what's going on right now? What do you think, Tilly? Do you like my snowman? Is it kind of cute? I think it's turned out kind of cute. I officially have all the little pieces of the snowman made. Now let's put them together. Okay, this little snowman might be my favorite. He is so adorable. Little arms, little scarf. I need to get better at my embroidery buttons and stuff, but oh my gosh, literally adorable. The snowman was by far the easiest to make so far. The only kind of difficult thing that you're doing is the magic circle. Everything else is really, really simple. It's all just single crochet and some increasing and some decreasing. I personally think that this is very beginner friendly. I would rank this like a 2 in difficulty. So if you're a beginner looking at all of these patterns, definitely check this one out. We only have 2 left for our advent calendar. The next one is going to be a pre-made one. And sadly, based on it peeking out, I think I know which one it's gonna be. Yep, it's Rudolph. I was really wanting to make Rudolph. This makes me kind of sad, but at least I know where to find the pattern and I could still make Rudolph. Okay, wait, does that mean that my last kit is Santa? I think that Santa is the only one I haven't done. Looks like we've got Santa. I thought Santa was going to be super difficult, but now just glancing at the pattern, I'm not sure. This is interesting. I think we might make the head and the beard separately. I feel like I messed up on all the other ones. Y'all, okay, it recommended to use a 4mm hook, and so that's what I was using. On this one, I switched to a 3mm. It looks so much cleaner. I don't have super tight stitches, so I think like the 4mm, it was just like too loose. I cannot explain how much better this looks. Oh my gosh. I will definitely use a 3mm in the future whenever I am crocheting things like this. Look how clean that looks. Oh, I wish I could use the 3mm on all of them. Live and learn. I think that I messed up. You guys see how like the white comes in there more than over here? I don't think that was supposed to happen, but if I'm being honest with you guys, it's really late and my arm has like started to like hurt because I have been making these for a couple days and I don't have it in me right now to frog it and do it again. So we're gonna just keep going with this little bitty mistake. We're gonna see if it's noticeable. I mean, I know that we'll know, but are they gonna know? I don't know. So far, I'll say that Santa is definitely like intermediately difficult just because of how many times you have to change the color of your yarn. If you don't know how to change your yarn while you're crocheting, I will link my tutorial below for how to do that. Then again, I kind of seem to have messed up. When I changed my yarn, like my actual changing is very clean. It just looks like maybe I was like missing my stitches whenever I was counting because this like swoops in like the weirdest way. So I don't know what I did wrong, but it's okay. I'm cracking up making this hat because I'm like, this is such a pointy hat. And like when I put this on Santa, it looks so much more like a gnome than like Santa. And I was reading ahead in the pattern, and you actually like bend this over and put like a stitch in it to give it that like Santa, you know, droopy hat. Also, do you like my hat? We've had these for so long. My parents and I each have one. We have this green one, we have a red one, and we have a striped red and white one, and they're like my favorite things ever. But anyways, it's gonna look like Santa and not a gnome, I think. I can't believe that I'm getting this close to the end of this project. Santa is almost done. We have the hat that is tilted now like a Santa hat, not like a gnome hat. And we have the beard and the little sideburns, which is honestly like so cute. This little beard is adorable. It's time just to sew it all together. See his beard? I'm sewing it on. Isn't that gonna be so cute? Oh, don't eat Santa. You the Grinch saying, Santa, bye-bye. I think Santa just needs eyeballs and then we're done. This one was definitely more difficult. I would say that this is more intermediate, not beginner. The pattern itself was easy to read, but the actual doing it, there was like a lot of moving parts. You know, you had like the hat and then you had the beard. Changing colors of yarn, which we didn't do in any of these other patterns. So I think I have to give Santa an 8 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10. I don't know, probably an 8 out of 10. I would say about the same difficulty as the snowflake. I'm gonna grab all of them and then give you my absolutely honest review of what I think about this advent calendar. Here we have all of our completed ornaments. Oh, I did add something to our snowman. My mom was like, your little snowman needs a hat. And she had these tiny little hats. And like, look how cute that is on his head. Anyways, okay, these are our final ornaments. These 6 I crocheted and these 6 came pre-made. My first super honest opinion of this advent calendar is probably something that you guys have thought while watching this. Why did half of them come pre-made? If you guys can think of a reason why, please let me know, but I just don't really understand. It's the same amount of materials either way. They already have the patterns for all of these. I don't understand why they came pre-made. I don't know why. I personally would have liked this a lot better if it was just 12 kits, and I did not even realize the 6 of them came pre-made until after I ordered this. So when I was originally looking at Crochet advent calendars, I was looking to order the Woobles because you guys have asked me to review their advent calendar, and they were completely sold out. But then I saw Red Heart's advent calendar and I was like, oh, this is perfect. You guys know I have used so much Red Heart yarn, especially with the temperature blanket, like literally so many skeins of Red Heart yarn. And I thought, okay, this is perfect. I will grab this advent calendar. It wasn't until I was literally about to film this video that I read on the front where it said 6 ready-made and 6 ready to make, and I was like, that's interesting. Now, while I did have such a fun time doing this advent calendar, I think I just have to come out and say, I don't necessarily think that it's something you need to buy. If this is something that just looks like a ton of fun to you and you want to have the kits already pre-made, awesome, do it, get it. If you have someone who's a crocheter who you want to buy a gift for, this could be a really, really good holiday gift for them. But if you are just a crocheter who wants to start making Christmas ornaments, I don't think you need to buy this advent calendar, especially if you're like me and you have so much scrap yarn laying around. These patterns are awesome. They are so much fun. And come on, this is not that much yarn. I guarantee you have this much yellow yarn somewhere in your house, right? You can just go to Yarnspiration's website and look up these patterns for free and just make these ornaments. I don't personally think that you need to buy the calendar. Hi baby, are you coming up? If you just want to make these ornaments, use the yarn you already have, use your scrap yarn, maybe just grab a couple skeins for the ornaments that you want to use, and then just use their free patterns online. So I guess in summary, I'm really glad that I did this. This was a super fun project. It was a super fun advent calendar. I don't think that you need to buy this advent calendar unless you just really want to buy this advent calendar. I will put the link in the description for these patterns if you would like to just make them yourself with yarn that you already have at home. I will also link this advent calendar if you do want to grab this for yourself or for your friends for this holiday season. Well friends, I think that this wraps up this video. This was definitely a whole new adventure. I've never really done anything like this before, and now I feel like I've learned a few new things. Thank you all so much for watching. If you are new here, my name is Auna. Welcome to the Sunflower family. We do new videos every single Monday. I'll see you in the next one.